match betting is a great way to make some easy money on the side, but after those initial sign-up offers, things tend to get a little bit more difficult. So these are 5 match betting strategies that anyone can use repeatedly to make money after they've ripped through the basics. And no, I'm not talking about those pesky £5 reloads. Quite honestly, I don't see them as a good use of anyone's time. So in no particular order, I want to start with a super simple strategy that is old in practice, but actually new in terms of software, or there's newly available software for this strategy. Anyone can do it, and all it requires is exploiting the best odds guaranteed offers the bookmakers offer on a daily basis. Now, the best thing about this strategy is the fact that it's highly unlikely that you're going to get your accounts gubbed or restricted for doing it. So the way it works is you place a back bet with a bookmaker where they have best odds guaranteed, preferably in the morning, and then lay that off on a betting exchange. The Odds Monkey software will help you do that. If you use an exchange like BetConnect, you can get 100% match between the two. And what this means is there's no risk on either side of the bet because the back bet and the lay bet cancel each other out. However, if the odds are larger at the start of the race, you get that additional value with the bookmaker. So if the horse then goes on to win, you're in for a nice payday, depending on how big the difference is between your back and lay odds. But ultimately, there is no risk and you don't require getting new accounts or additional coupons for doing this strategy. Typically, most people report making £20 to £50 from each bet using this strategy, and it's possible to use it many times each and every day. Now briefly, I want to address the problem here, because any form of value or advantage betting with a bookmaker is going to get your betting account state restricted or banned at some point or another. I know that people don't like to lose their accounts, but it means that you're doing things right. As I alluded to in the intro there, it's important to value your time and get what you can and move on, accept it for what it is. So moving on to the second strategy, I've got something that has very large payouts from time to time, and you can hedge the risk in play with this particular strategy. It works like this. The bookmaker provides an offer where they say on something like basketball or Premier League football, we are going to provide early payouts if a team should go 2 goals ahead within this match. So the strategy is to place a back bet with a bookmaker, bearing in mind that that offer is available, lay that bet off on a betting exchange to minimise or completely reduce all risk, and then when the team goes 2 up and you've been paid out by the bookmaker early, you place another back bet on the exchange for the team that you've already been paid out on to ensure that you maximise your profit hedged across all outcomes there and then. Now, as an advanced tip with this, you take it one step further. If you're willing to wait a little bit longer and you think there might be a counter goal, perhaps if the underdogs are the team that have gone 2-0 up, because it means that the odds will be a lot larger after a counter goal and you can hedge for a far larger profit. Although that means obviously taking a little bit of risk with your previously gained margin of value. To put that into context, if you found an opportunity for this match betting strategy at a price of 4.0, initially the match has gone in play, there's been the 2 up, and the exchange odds are currently at 1.2, then you'd be looking at a total hedge profit of £65.49, given that it was a £100 stake in the first place. However, if them odds should then change with a counter goal to something like 1.8, you'd be looking at £177.16 profit, hedged across the entire market. In terms of limitations, there's multiple opportunities to try and use this strategy each week, and although it doesn't fall each and every single time, if you use the big firms like Bet365 or Paddy Power with these early payout offers, you'll find that their max payout is £2,500. Just be careful not to take unnecessary risk there, because whether it's profit or not, this is not what match betting is about. Now, the third strategy that I want to share with you here centers around a daily offer that's popular with multiple bookmakers, particularly William Hill, which is where they offer additional and extra places on each way terms in horse racing. So what does that mean? Well, it basically means that you get to place a back bet with a bookmaker, maybe William Hill in this instance. You place a lay bet with the exchange, cancelling out the risk or generating a very small loss to qualify for this bet, because when the horse goes on to race, you get the additional place terms on the place market. So you are then able to lay off the place section of the bet on the betting exchange via the place markets to lock in a guaranteed profit. Again, the value margin coming from this bookmaker's promotion, or depending on which place market you choose, you can cancel out the risk altogether, meaning that you're in for a bigger win if the horse should come in that additional place that is not included in the traditional places of the each way terms of the betting market. Bit of a mouthful there. This doesn't require you to sign up for new betting accounts or qualify for additional promotions to do it. It's something that's available daily on multiple horse races. So for clarity, if the horse race's terms are for 4 places and the bookmaker is paying out 8 places and you hedge your bet with the 4-place market, you could then win a bigger amount from places 5 through to 8. Most people will be aiming to make £50 to £250 per bet using this particular strategy, depending on which way you hedge it there. Now, I'm led to believe some people make a lot of money from using this strategy and have done over a period of time, particularly if you're willing to go to the betting shops, but just make sure that that promotional term is available in the shop where you're placing the bet if you do so. Now, the 4th strategy we're going to talk about here is early payout on first goal scorers, sometimes known as double delight or hat-trick heaven. I've got a previous video on the channel about this. We'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to watch that. But basically what this means is we're going to target the first goal scorer market in football, where they will pay out double or treble of the odds of the player that you've selected for this particular bet. Now, that's obviously prime for the taking with players like Haaland, banging form right now, banging in hat-tricks left, right and centre. Obviously, if there's a treble, there's far more value on offer than if there's a double, and in some instances there might not be either, so you're actually stuck with a few pounds lost. But it's worth playing, because on those occasions where you do hit the treble, you could find yourself making up to around £1,000 on that particular match bet. There again, you don't need a coupon or a sign-up offer for this particular match betting strategy. It's a little bit more difficult, and sometimes the odds on offer aren't great value initially, so just be careful. Make sure you use a match betting calculator for that one. We'll leave a link for that in the description down below. Now, I'll share with you a more advanced strategy that wins all the time, even without promotional offers, in just a second. But before I do, the 5th match betting strategy I want to share here is super simple. Anyone can do it. It's available with daily offers, and sometimes some of the bookmakers, such as Ladbrokes, will provide additional boosts to your account to allow you to do this, because I'm talking about exploiting price boosts. The method is very simple. You need to find some odds that are very similar to the betting exchange, or bigger if the price boost has already been applied by the bookmaker, and then back with the bookmaker, lay with the exchange, close out your profit. And like I said, if it's an independent price boost that's given to your account where you can choose where to use it, you just tap boost odds and pump up those odds there to ensure that you are given a bigger payout on the backside of the bet. Use a match betting calculator to hedge it and leave the profit in your pocket. Possibly the most simple strategy that anybody could wish for, unlike this one, which is a bit more advanced here in the end screen, that will really help you out winning every time without any promotional offers.